Welcome to a windy afternoon in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. I'm Dave Gindel from T2P-TV. Honored to be here at the RCM&D Regatta. I'm joined by a very special guest, Skip Councilman, Chairman and CEO of RCM&D. Skip, welcome to a beautiful day in Baltimore's Inner Harbor.
Dave, we are so pleased to be out here. It is a beautiful day. It is perfect for our 26th annual event, and we're so excited that we have 16 boats on the water today.
16 boats, Skip, and the conditions could not be better. We've got a very nice easterly breeze. I think this may be the best breeze you've had in quite some time, isn't it?
Clearly. I remember one year we had a hurricane, but we had a lot of rain with it at the same time. But this is ideal conditions for sailing.
And this is a very special event. It's really an honor for us to be here covering this. Not only do we have 16 boats out here sailing, it's the 26th year. There are 5 recipients of the funds from this regatta. You've raised over $1 million in the last 26 years. Skip, this started on your watch. What does this mean to you to see this 26 years later?
Well, this is amazing because 26 years ago, and I've been to every one, it was a very small event and there weren't nearly as many participants, nor did we raise so much money. And now we've gotten to the point that the participants are anxious to take part. They're not only take part in activities leading up to this sailing day, they're out here on the boats along with our staff, my colleagues.
Yeah, what a special event for Baltimore and for the whole Mid-Atlantic. Over $1 million has been put into nonprofits in the Mid-Atlantic straight from this event. So on behalf of the sailing community and the Baltimore and Mid-Atlantic community, thank you for what you do.
Well, we're very proud to be able to do this, and we're honored to have the opportunities, and I'm especially proud of my colleagues who work all year long to make this happen.
All right, so the sailing side is going to be really good today, and right behind us we have the lead boats of the first race headed towards the finish line. Boat number 14, Sugar, out in front of boat number 3, Jammin'. On board boat number 3, Jammin', are representatives from Share Food, which is one of the 5 recipients of the funds from this year's regatta. Recipients include Sportable, the Ripken Senior Foundation, the Samaritan Women, the Share Food program, who we see here in second place, and the team from Zacking Against Cancer. So 5 recipients this year. And again, as Skip just mentioned, the breeze is absolutely spectacular. We're in the downtown sailing center's fleet of boats. There are 16 of them, sonars and J22s, so 2 different types of boats. But what's amazing to me, Skip, is the boats are very evenly matched. We've got a sonar in first and a J22 in second, so it doesn't seem to be any competitive advantage for one versus the other. What do you think?
I think we have the different levels of skill on each one of these boats, and it's all very high level, but we have a mix of the crew. Some of the crew have a lot of experience and sail like every week. Other of the crew, it's the first time out on a boat. And everybody gets an opportunity, and there's a sort of a leveling going on because we have a mix of skill levels.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Every boat has a coach and safety officer from the downtown sailing center aboard. So, we know we've got that, and I'm sure there's good ones and there's great ones, right, from there. So you may get one or the other. However, I do like the fact how close this fleet is packed in here.
They're concerned that we're going to slow down their progress. He's closing the distance to us. I'll
use my sailor's eye here, Skip. I'm going to say that they're not going to get passed by boat 3 in the last 100 yards of the race.
I think they're good. I think boat 14 is doing well, and I'm proud to see my daughter out there on boat number 14. So that's a good sign, Katie Capel.
Yeah, Katie Capel is on there, along with representatives from Sportable. This is Seahorse from the Downtown Sailing Center. And the CEO's daughter gets first place. Now that's coincidental, purely,
but she is an experienced sailor, so that helps.
Yeah, and Scott from the Downtown Sailing Center is the safety officer on there, and obviously he knows how to sail in the big breeze in Baltimore Harbor.
So in our first year, we had fewer boats, fewer participants, but it was still a lot of fun. And the word got out after the first year that this is something that if I'm back in the office, I want to be down at the regatta. So it's grown exponentially.
Yeah, and you get a day like today with just a solid breeze here in the harbor, a nice cool day. The buzz is only going to be more when they get back ashore. So after a terrific conversation with Skip Councilman, the CEO of RCM&D, we are back out in the starting area and 10 seconds away from the start of the second race. There's the start. It was a clear start, and the fleet is off, heading out the Patapsco River into this brisk easterly breeze. Right here at the pin end is boat number 3, Jammin'. Couple representatives from Share Food on there. Just a beautiful start for them in their J22. We had talked a little bit earlier about the fleet. It's a mix of J22s and sonars. There does not appear to be any advantage one over another here in this breeze. And in fact, the first 2 boats, one was a J22 and one was a sonar in the first race. So Will from Share Food on the helm here of boat number 3, really moving out in this nice easterly breeze. Share Food, a Philadelphia-based organization. We're going to hear from representatives from Share Food in a few minutes, but right now, on the sailing side of things, they are looking good in the early moments. As they make their way out the inner harbor, we are seeing some real sharp puffs of wind come through here. You can spot these boats as the wind hits them, they heel over quickly, and the crew really has to react. And we're seeing some big puffs rolling in here. So as we watch the boat with the Share Food crew making its way off a very nice start, we are joined here aboard the video boat by George and Mara from the Share Food organization. Hey, what a beautiful day to be in Baltimore.
Beautiful, and it's beautiful to be right now. I think we're in first place right now, so we're feeling great right now.
Yeah, isn't that great? So the on the water part is very visually spectacular. It's really fun to watch. But you know, at the core of this event is fundraising. It's raised over $1 million in its 26-year history, and this year Share Food is a recipient of some of that generosity. So tell us a little bit about your organization.
Yeah, so we are the food bank for the Philadelphia region. We serve more than 700,000 people in the greater Philadelphia area. We have not unlike Baltimore, we have a large poverty rate in our city, and so our organization really works to bring nutritious food to individuals who live in our region.
So the first time you all have been involved with this regatta, Mara, what do you think so far? What have you seen and what do you like?
I heard that this is unusually windy today, and there's certainly a lot of action, and there's great energy, and it's so much fun to watch, and we hope everyone stays just upright enough.
All right, that's great. Well, thank you for joining us today in Baltimore. You certainly have a spectacular day for it, and thanks for telling us a little bit about Share Food.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. We made our way out a bit into the river off Fells Point. We've caught up again with boat number 3. Boat number 3 jamming right up here in front. Look like they're still holding on to first place. And you know, we heard the cheering a moment ago. This is representatives from the Share Food program on board the boat. So pretty fitting. Behind them, 15 additional sonars and J22s making their way out the river in a very competitive race. Members of the Downtown Sailing Center Race Committee out here monitoring the fleet. It's a nice puffy condition still out here in the river. Every boat has a safety coach aboard. And at the turning mark is boat number 3, Jammin', and they are absolutely rolling. They've established a big lead here, and they're turning the mark and heading back for the finish line. And boats numbers 2 and 3 around the turning mark here in the Canton Basin. And that is check that. That is Seahorse in second. They were the ones that won the first race. So we've got Seahorse and Jammin' 1-2 in both races. One's a J22, one's a Sonar. Boat number 6, Algonquin, heading around. Sailors from the Hartford and ABET on there. Next around, boat number 7, the Jolly Roger. Representatives from Zenith Insurance and Heritage Properties aboard. Looking good. Peño, boat number 4, J22, with representatives from Encova Insurance and RCM&D aboard. Boat 11, Jackrabbit, Liberty Mutual and RCM&D represented on board. And Scooby, the Zacking Against Cancer crew. Back in the Inner Harbor, off of the Downtown Sailing Center's pier, we have caught up with our leaders, and wire to wire in this race number 2 is boat number 3, Jammin', with the Share Food crew, led by Bob from the Downtown Sailing Center, and they cross the finish line in first place. Just astern, literally 5 seconds later, boat number 14, which had won the first race, Seahorse, led by Scott from the Downtown Sailing Center, representatives from Sportable and RCM&D on board. These two boats have been the class of the regatta from a sailing perspective. They both have gotten second and first place in the 2 races. Third place, fairly distant behind. So great showing for the crews of Seahorse and Jammin'. And here comes the third place finisher across the line. The balance of the 16-boat fleet charging into the harbor here ahead of this nice easterly breeze. Well done, crew. And in fourth place, Algonquin, boat number 6, led by Chris from the Downtown Sailing Center. And the battle for 5th place is a tight one. Looks like it was won by boat number 7, the Jolly Roger, with boat number 5, OJ, shortly behind. Next across, boat number 4, Jalapeno, Keegan from the Downtown Sailing Center, and sailors from Encova Insurance and RCM&D. Boat number 11 has crossed the finish line, Jackrabbit. Sailors from Liberty Mutual and RCM&D. Great job, crew. Next across the finish line, finishing in a real nice puff of air, Stormy, led by Bruce from the Downtown Sailing Center, with Jeff and Mike from Travelers on board, and Chris from RCM&D. Well sailed. These big puffs of wind continue out of the east, and riding one of the bigger ones we've seen is boat number 9, Coco J, led by Ian from the Downtown Sailing Center, with Scott and Jackie from Key Risk and Jordan from RT Specialty aboard. And they cross the finish line. Boat number 8, Jolie, Tom from the Downtown Sailing Center on board, Rob and Katie from Hanover Insurance, and Derek from RCM&D. Wow, another solid puff, well handled by the crew of Jester, Charlie from the Downtown Sailing Center, and the sailors from Brown Advisory, a great sponsor of this regatta. Just astern, Joker, boat number 1, Sailors from AIG and CP&R on board. And our final two boats of the day make their way towards the finish line. Everyone's going to return to the dock safe and sound. Smiles all over the place after this day of sailing. The sailors have made their way back to the docks and are putting the boats away. I'll tell you, plenty of energy in the air. After 2 races in a brisk easterly breeze, these sailors are buzzing with adrenaline. What a great day on the water in Baltimore. Hey, we are back ashore and we've caught up with Carrie Lebo, Vice President of the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation. Carrie, what a spectacular day here in the Inner Harbor.
It is so beautiful. What a gorgeous, gorgeous day to be out on the water with the wind and the beautiful weather. So much energy and excitement going around in the city right now. RCM&D are incredible for hosting this 26 years in a row. They select local charities to be the beneficiaries, and it's an incredible day for us because we are one.
Right.
And we get to come down here and spend time with the staff and some of our volunteers and enjoy the day on the water.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation has been involved here a couple times in history over the 26 years. Tell us a little bit about the foundation and the work you're doing.
Sure. So 18 years ago, Cal and Bill Ripken and their family started the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation to honor their dad and his legacy of working with a lot of young athletes. And although we're not necessarily a sports organization, we help provide after-school opportunities for underserved kids and communities, life skills, mentoring, all kinds of wonderful curriculum that happens on a baseball field, but lessons that the kids can learn and transition to everyday life. We also, on Tuesday, will be cutting the ribbon on our 88th Youth Development Park, which is a multi-purpose turf field or baseball field, and it's going to be at Frederick Douglass High School. So 88 fields in 23 states across the country, all in underserved communities, giving kids beautiful and clean, safe places to play.
And that's something to be proud of, 88 facilities. That's amazing. So you're beneficiaries here of this great event. So proud to be here with you. You were not out on the water. Did you get to watch those finishes? What a spectacular day for sailing.
I did get to watch it, and I'm just glad I'm not out on the water, to be honest.
I'll tell you, this was a breezy one. So thank you very much for joining us, Carrie. Great work with the Cal Senior Foundation, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
The sailors continue to make their way back ashore after that spectacular finish. We are with Josh Sloan up from Richmond, Virginia, and Sportable. Josh, what do you think of the event so far?
Yeah, so this is Sportable's first time as a beneficiary of the RCM&D Regatta, and these guys really know how to throw a party. I mean, as you can see behind you, there's great food, great drinks, lots of wind, which is good for sailing. Everybody seemed to have a really good time out on the water and having a good time here too, so really good time.
Yeah, Josh, so tell us a little bit about Sportable. You're the volunteer and outreach coordinator for Sportable. Love to know a little bit more about the organization.
So Sportable is a Paralympic sport club, and what we do is we provide sports to people with physical disabilities and visual impairments. We have 12 sports that we do year-round, everything from rowing, kayaking, cycling, to team sports like lacrosse and basketball and rugby. And the reason we do that is because we transform the lives of our athletes by giving them the opportunity to play the sports that they want to play.
And what's the geographic reach of Sportable?
I would say everything we do is based kind of in the Richmond region, but we have athletes that come from as far as, to be our athletes, that come from as far as an hour and a half to 2 hours away from there. And then we host tournaments where teams come from all over the country. And then we have athletes that compete internationally as well.
Well, that's great. So it's so cool. Sportable is one of the Mid-Atlantic recipients of the RCM&D fundraising. It's been a spectacular day here on the water. You know, Josh, we cover a lot of sailing events, and that finish out there and that gusty wind right in the Inner Harbor was pretty neat to look at. Did you get a chance to see that?
Man, I did, and I'll tell you what. I don't cover a lot of sailing events, but I can tell you with no experience, that looked like a wild time out there. And when my boss got off the water, I was like, how was that, man? That looked crazy. He's still trying to catch his breath, and he was up here for, I think, 10 minutes after that, so looked like a good time.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of sea stories, not just this afternoon, but from the whole weekend after that racing. So Josh from Sportable, your organization is doing great things. Really happy to have you here at the RCM&D Regatta. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey, 16 boats on a really challenging day for sailing. Very competitive up in front, as we saw the entire time. Coming out on top, boat number 3, Jammin'. Got a couple guys from the crew here today. Well, you guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Francis Lanassa, here with the excellent driver, Duke May.
All right. And guys, we cover a lot of sailing regattas. I would say that was a challenging one. It was puffy, it was shifty, a lot of different tactics involved, some police boats on the course. How did it go for you guys?
Well, the police were trying to chase down Duke because he was going so fast. But also with the buildings around here, it created a lot of different kinds of water, and we had to adjust to that, and we did a great job. We had a great crew who really reacted quickly to everything we dealt with as we were going through the course.
I'll tell you, and the consistency from our boat was impressive. You got a second in the first race, and then you won that second race right up in front the whole way. It was great to see. Now, tell us a little bit about your involvement with the regatta, off the water.
Well, this is our third time doing it. My firm, Murtha Pessoa Lanassa, we're an Admiral sponsor. We really love this. The charities that are picked each year are fantastic. We already developed a secondary relationship with the Franciscan Society, which are wonderful people. So it's a great way to do some giving back to the community, and we really enjoy that. We've been successful. We like to give back, and it's fantastic.
And what I love about this program is these guys are Admiral sponsors off the water. They're doing a lot in the community, but when you get them out on the water, they win the thing. So well done, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, battling it out with Jammin' through the entire day out there was Seahorse. They got a first place in the first race and won the second race. We caught up with Hunter Lehman from Sportable, who was on board Seahorse. Great day out on the water.
It was awesome. You could not have asked for a better day. I don't think I anticipated how hard the work was. That was the very first time I'd ever sailed. It was great. Great day, but also just a great team. It was fun.
Yeah, and it was a challenge out there. You were almost match racing with the other boat, dealing with the puffs of wind, dealing with the police boats who were out there. There was some commercial traffic, so a lot of action on the water. What's your general impressions of this entire event?
Oh my God, it's amazing. And then I found out even before this is a 26 year, which is just incredible, right? But to have all the activity, to be here in Baltimore, my team, we actually came in last night, just how they've done it, how professional it is, how great the people from RCM&D is, and then the actual professionals that were helping us out with the sailing. Today was just the best experience. I'm a fan now. I'm in. I want my boat.
Well, you won your first regatta you were ever in. Sportable's a beneficiary of the regatta, so I think this is a win-win for you.
Oh, it's amazing. We could not have asked for a better partnership. The folks from RCM&D are awesome.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Hunter. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks so much. Yeah.
The 26th annual RCM&D Regatta is in the books. Over $100,000 raised for local organizations, and it was another winner on and off the water. I've seen a beautiful easterly breeze today, a real battle up at the top, and co-winners emerge at the end. It was a win-win all the way around at this great RCM&D Regatta. Hey, I'm Dave Gindel from T2P TV. Thank you for watching.